Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a story time video. I'm going to be telling you a story about my football team's end of year party because I think it's just quite a funny story. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's a bit of a different style, especially compared to the last one, which was a much longer video. I'm hoping this one to be a lot shorter because it's just a simple story that I'm hoping to tell you. So let's jump into this. And like I said before, I'm going to be doing the full speed beginner maps. I'm not good enough for the advanced maps. These ones I find fun. Low maps are pretty fun, but I much prefer the full speed ones. A draw for first. That's exciting to see. I've never seen that before. The story starts off with my football team. We're at the bar after training in the clubhouse. Just one evening, having a couple beers, you know, before heading home, and we decided to discuss the end of year party. So we have a fine system for this. So throughout the season, you just get like $1 or $2 fines here and there just for doing something stupid or something, you know, like just little things. But over the course of a season, it really adds up. But this season, unfortunately, we didn't have that as much because of COVID. So we only managed to have about $700, which is not very much money for like 15 people to kind of have an end of year thing. And we were just kind of discussing different ideas for what we could actually do for this end of year party, you know, trying to throw some ideas around, think of something that might be fun. We were thinking of like beach days and stuff like that, just simple things, you know, where we can use the money to just spend it on alcohol and food and stuff like that. So another guy in my team spat out the idea of a fishing charter, and that was the beginning of this entire idea of this entire story, because that caused one of the older players in the team to realize his boat has a boss. Fuck, his boss has a boat, and I've done it twice in a row. His boss is very generous for some reason about people going on his boat. And he was pretty adamant that he could get us on the boat, and I was, you know, of course I'm there going like, oh fuck yeah, this will be mean. That's cheaper than a fishing charter, I guess. Then he decides to show us some photos, and it turns out it's not a boat, it's a yacht, and it's like a $2 million yacht. Like, this was unreal, this boat. He showed us photos of it, and we were just like, oh mate, like, if you can talk to him and secure that for us, like, you're goated forever. Like, that's insane. So sure enough, you know, we let the team know this is kind of the plan we're thinking of going with, and everyone's down for it. Everyone's like, yeah, we'll try this. Doesn't work, we'll try something else. A few weeks pass, and he actually gets like confirmation from his boss that it's all good to use the boat, and he is really nice about it. He doesn't make us pay to rent the boat. All he does is make us pay for the skipper for the day, which was $700. I believe that's at a discounted rate because he would have known we only had $700. So he's like, okay, just give me that, and you know, you can take the boat for the day. So we all kind of chipped in a bit extra to buy the alcohol and food and stuff. And yeah, so we got the go ahead for that, and we were like stoked for it. We were so excited for it. And so the football season's in winter, which is not ideal for going on a boat. I don't know if you guys actually know that. But, you know, winter time's not the best time to go swimming and on a boat. So we were pushing it out as much as possible. I think we managed to push it out until like September, I believe, which is still not even summer. It's just kind of like spring. No, I think it was mid-November. So it was just like the end of spring, like coming into summer. So it's in Auckland, it's not really hot enough to swim at that point. The weather's still pretty hit and miss, I guess. But you know, we were willing to risk it because we were like, we didn't want to miss this opportunity. And sure enough, when the day finally comes round, it's perfect weather. Like, the weather is absolutely perfect, which we couldn't have planned it better. The only thing is it was quite windy. Of course it's going to be windy. It's Auckland. Like, we're one of the windy cities. On the day, you know, we turn up to the marina. I'm the very first one there because, you know, they messaged us like, get there midday. I got there at midday. The rest of them slowly turned up between midday and 1 p.m, you know, and I was like, oh my god, like, I came here way too early. Could have relaxed a bit more, I guess, like, you know. We met up in the cafe beforehand, and, you know, like, we were just chilling out there because I got a coffee and some food. So when I first arrived, I decided like, oh hey, you know what? I'm gonna check out all the different, you know, I'm gonna check out the boats, you know. We got told it's Dock D, I think it was, in the group chat, and so, you know, me and a couple mates go wandering down onto the dock, kind of looking at the boats, just checking out what's there, I guess, just being nosy. And then the security guard comes racing down on a bike and is just yelling at us, what are you doing? Get out of there! All this stuff, and we were just like, oh, this is random, and, you know, like, went to her, and she's like, what are you doing? Who are you here for? And we were just like, oh, I don't know. This is the guy that organized it. This is the guy that is kind of in charge of the team. This is the guy that does more of the admin stuff in the team. Any of those names ring a bell? And she's like, nope. And we're like, well, we don't know the name of the guy's boss. We don't know the name of his boat or anything. We're just there. And so we looked really dodgy. Decided to sit down for a bit, wait for the team to arrive. When the team arrived, the security guard came over and was a bit nicer to us because, you know, obviously we were actually there waiting for our football team. We weren't there to try and rob a boat or something that she probably thought we were trying to do. Yeah, so he tells her the name of the boat and starts taking us over to it. And of course, you know, you walk past Dock A, you walk past Dock B, you walk past Dock C, get to Dock D, and you're like, oh yeah, this is it. These boats are pretty big. But no, you walk straight past it and you go to Dock E, and these boats are massive. And like, oh mate, as soon as we walk to Dock E, our whole team's excited, like, because, you know, none of us get to go on these types of things usually, so we were fucking stoked to be going on it. And then it goes kind of from smallest to largest in this marina. And what do you know? We kept walking down the dock, walking past all the smaller boats, until we got to the second last one, which is the one that we were on. And I tell you what, it's a fucking massive boat. You enter the boat, you're out the back, you know, you got the table and chairs to chill on. And then you walk inside, and it's a carpeted area with like leather couches and stuff, like a lounge. And there's also a kitchen in there and everything, and like, it's absolutely crazy, dude. We were just like checking it out. I saw some stairs at the front, decided, oh yeah, I'll have a nosy, what's down there? Turns out there's 3 bedrooms, 2 of them have an ensuite. And we're like, this is mental. So we can have showers on this boat. Like, we can shower on the boat. Why does a boat have a shower? I don't know, but I liked it. And then we go to the top, and the top deck has, you know, has a barbecue, has a nice chill out area, and we decided to chill up there first. It's also got a dinghy on the very back, which, in case you don't know what that is, it's just like a little boat for your bigger boat. It's the easiest way to explain it. This is what it looks like. Yeah, so we're just chilling up there, and at this point, you know, we've started drinking quite a bit. We're getting kind of drunk. We're about 1 or 2 hours in, just really chilling out, chatting together and stuff. And we finally leave. And of course it's windy as, so we're all kind of going more inside at this point, because we're like, oh, the wind's not that great. But he pulled up in this little bay behind Rangitoto Island. I don't know, you guys probably don't know what that is. I'll show a photo of it here. It's a massive dormant volcano in Auckland, where I live. And so yeah, he took us around the side of there, tucked us into a little bay, which was like really nice. It was actually really sheltered. And then we just kind of chilled out, went swimming a little bit and stuff. And then of course, what do you know, we run out of alcohol. And so what do we decide? well, we didn't decide this. The skipper actually decided this. The captain of the boat decides, oh yeah, we can take the dinghy, the little boat. We can use that to go onto Waiheke Island. I'll show you some photos of Waiheke Island right now. This is it. It's like a massive, it's a very wealthy place. It's got lots of vineyards on it and stuff, like absolutely beautiful little island. And when, you know, he's just like, oh yeah, we can just rock up to Waiheke Island, take the dinghy in and get some more alcohol. And so of course that's what we did. At this point, we're going with the wind. And I remember this because I was like, this is luxury here. I was sitting on the front of the boat and he started going the same speed as the wind. So where I was sitting, there wasn't any wind. You know, like, because we're going the same way as the wind, same speed, so there's no wind. And I was like, fuck, this is luxury. I'm just sitting on the front of the boat, sunny as, getting drunk, like, sweet, I was enjoying my life. Then we get to Waiheke. Our 2 players in our team go onto the actual island in the dinghy to go buy more alcohol. They were meant to be there half an hour, pick up a few boxes of beers or something, maybe a bottle of spirits, and then we're sorted, you know. And for some reason, they spend about an hour getting way too much alcohol. Like, they spent way too much money on alcohol at this point. We did not need it, and then, but you know, we were also kind of like, oh yeah, sweet, it's a challenge. We'll see if we can drink it. In this hour that they were gone, like, this is where I started doing dumb shit. You know, I was drunk enough to start doing dumb shit. I decided to climb on the top of the boat. The roof is about 5 meters high. I'm drunk as. I decide, you know what, I'm gonna do a Manu. And then I decided I was gonna do a staple. The Manu I back slammed. The staple I just body slammed. And so I was feeling pretty sore. But you know, I was drunk, I had the courage and decided I'm gonna go do some flips off the top. Thankfully the flips, you know, I actually landed them, which I was really happy with because I didn't think I was going to, but I didn't care enough, I guess. And then just before they came back, I'm like cooling off because the water was freezing cold. And one of them, I hear the owners shout out, oh yeah, we've got a paddleboard, you know, anyone want to go on it? No one's keen, and I was the only one swimming at this point, and I was just like, oh fuck it, yeah, I'll have a go, like, why not? I've paddleboarded once in my life when I was sober, sucked at it then, and guess what? Sucked at it when I was drunk, but you bet, I gave it a shot. Yeah, and so I was standing on it, and I used all my focus to just stand on this paddleboard, but the issue was, it was windy here. We weren't in the sheltered area anymore, so there was a current. I did not take this factor into play because I ended up about 50 meters away from the boat because I literally just floated away there. Like, they just dragged me out to sea. I had no choice. And so I had to lie on it like a surfboard and paddle back in, and I'm like, oh, this is something, you know, I've never had to do this before. Everyone, you know, is cracking up because I'm just out there struggling to fucking get back to the boat. So I managed to get back and it was all sweet. But this is the issue. I don't remember anything beyond this point. I remember parts, I've been told other parts, but I don't remember what actually happened from this point onwards. I've just been trying to, you know, piece the night together, which is surprisingly a lot harder than you'd think it is. Especially when everyone else is almost as drunk as you, not quite, but almost. I was pretty bad this night. And yeah, so all I remember is getting off the paddleboard. And then I remember being shown some magic tricks. Now that I think about the magic tricks, they were so simple. There's no way I'd get tricked by them nowadays, like when I'm sober. But I was drunk and it just fucking amazed me. Like at that point, anything could have amazed me, I guess. And so like I got shown magic tricks, and then the guy that was showing me magic tricks decided to do the bottle thing where you flip the bottle upside down and you put the $20 underneath it, and you have to get the $20 out, and if you do, you get to keep it. And now, of course, you know, the whole technique is rolling it up slowly so it, you know, ends up slowly pushing the bottle off, and I was too drunk to be that smart. And so I literally just went like, oh, yo, give me a shot and I'll do it. And he's like, okay. And then I just fucking slapped it out. I just went, bah, as fast as I could. And I managed to actually get it. I was fucking stoked, and like everyone was hyping me up because I was fucked as, and I managed to get it. And I could tell he was a bit salty, you know, because he wasn't expecting that to happen. This was while we were still at Waiheke, I'm pretty sure. When we left Waiheke, I don't remember anything. We ended up getting back to our the marina at about 6 p.m. At about 6:37, I've got a selfie that I texted to my friend of me drinking something on the front of the boat. Obviously just relaxed, enjoying myself. No idea what I was drinking. No idea why I sent it or anything. I just sent it. I was like, oh yeah, cool, hi. Maybe I thought it was my Instagram story or something, and it just turned out to be text messages. I don't know. And then, from what I've been told, I was just like fucked, basically. I could barely walk, could barely speak or anything. And I guess they stopped feeding me alcohol at this point because I was gone. Yeah, and then I ended up in one of the bedrooms talking to the owner of the boat. I have no idea what we were talking about, but I remember being so excited. And I know I must have been so excited because my friend told me that apparently when he walked in to try to get me to leave so we could like leave the boat and go home, apparently I was like, look mate, I really like you, but right now you need to fuck off. And carried on talking to him and being super excited and stuff. And then one of the older guys in the team just came in and went, all right, we're going, let's go. And apparently that's made me go, sweet, off we go. At this point, it's like 10 p.m. I don't know what happened in these like 4 hours. I only remember these two things. I remember these two things. And then I remember sitting out the back of the boat. Apparently I took a selfie out the back of the boat as well. Not a selfie, I just took a photo of it. If I can find it, I'll put it in the video. I think the boat's called like Sin 7 or something. Apparently, I took a photo of that. Damn, that was a good start, but terrible finish. Yeah, apparently I took a photo of that, and we were sitting down there. I don't know if we were drinking there or not. I don't know if I drank beyond the selfie to my friend. And, yeah, and so why the fuck did it stop recording? I'm getting absolutely terrible times here. Yeah, so we're sitting behind the boat at this point. I don't know if we're drinking or anything. And then we teleport to the front of the marina, standing on the road waiting for an Uber apparently. Now, this is where I start remembering things. Because I remember I called my friend and was like, oh, yo, can you pick me up? I'm in the city. And she was like, nah, I can't. I'm drinking. And I was like, no way, like, I'm drinking as well. Let's meet up. Like, this will be funny as. We should party together. Why aren't we partying together? And she's like, oh, I'm at my friend's house, and her friend's house is like right next to my house, which is about half an hour away from the city. And I saw that and took it as I'm in the city, I guess, because I was just like, yeah, let's party, woo, yeah. Don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, it was pretty fucking clear that she was not in the city and was not partying. She wasn't in the city, wasn't partying. Like, it was just one of those moments that you're like, oh, that's poor from me. Like, that's just poor. It's not embarrassing or anything. It's just poor. We catch the Uber. Everything's sweet as at this point. I'm in the Uber with some of the teammates. They are doing much better than me, so they decide to go into town to carry the night on. I was like, nah, I need to go home. At this point, I was like, even I know I'm too fucked to like go into the city or anything. And I'm in the Uber. They were nice enough to pay it for me as well, like pay me to go home. In the Uber, it sounds worse than it is. It was just like they just paid for the Uber. And it spent about 5 to 10 minutes in traffic, just not moving. We're in this middle of the city, and I just decide, mate, this is boring. I'm gonna hop out here and like, sorry, I'll see you later, right? And he's like, oh, are you sure, man? Like, I'm pretty sure he was asking me, are you sure? As in like, you're pretty fucked, bro. You should probably go home. And I was like, yeah, nah, man, I'm alright. And so I'm now in the city. I remember walking to one end of the city, which is the wrong end. It's further away from where I needed to be. And I don't know what I was doing at this point, but I was just roaming, I guess. I love fucking going on walks when I'm drunk. I don't know what it is, but I do it pretty much every fucking time. And, ooh, that's good. Yeah, and so I just like to go on walks. And so I'm walking around, and at this point, I can barely walk. I'm struggling to stay awake. I've got my bag full of stuff on me. It's fucking like midnight in the city. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Like, if someone wanted to rob me, I was done for. There's nothing I could have done. But you know, I was just persevering. And then I got to a point where I was like, fuck, I need to go home, and texted my friend. I didn't text my friend about going home. I texted them about drinking together again, because I still didn't understand that they weren't in the city. And then eventually I was like, all right, I need to get home. How do I get home? I don't have a car. I'm too drunk to drive. Like, I was like, well, fuck, what do I do? And so I called her and I was like, can you pick me up? Like, I don't know how to get home. Literally, like, after she said, no, I can't pick you up, I'm drinking, I go, can you pick me up? I don't know how to get home. My brain's just not working at this point. And she's just like, have you tried busing? I was like, oh yeah. Nah, sweet, cheers. And like, that was it. That was the end of that. So I go to the bus stop. It's on the other side of the city. And I'm like, oh yeah, sweet, here we go. A bus. Mean. I jump on the bus, tag on. And of course, COVID regulations. We gotta wear our mask on the bus. So I get kicked off the bus, and I'm like, what do I do now? This is it for me. I'm fucked. Like, I'm done for. And so I called my friend again. Like, I'm surprised my friend didn't get pissed off at me for this, because I was hassling. I was hassling her. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I got kicked off the bus. Like, what should I do? What should I do? And she was like, have you tried Ubering? I was like, oh yeah. And so I walked even further out of the city, because I was like, nah, I'm not gonna risk city traffic in an Uber. So I walked further out the city, and I ended up catching an Uber home. At this point, it's 2 a.m. I calculated, I have no memory from about 6 p.m. So there's a solid 8-hour window of my life that I have no memory of. Honestly, the stories that I've been getting from this night is like fucking hilarious. So that's like the story of my night. Now, something that happened on the yacht. I'm in the videos reacting to this. I don't remember this at all. Someone decided to bring Borat Mankini. I don't know if you know what that is, but this is what it looks like. It's fucking horrendous. And the guy that decides to put it on also decides that he's gonna make out with a fish. And not only does he fucking ends up biting the fucking raw fish. And like our other teammates had to go and physically like pull the fish from his mouth, because we were like, you fucking idiot, you're gonna die. Like, you know, it's like, what are you doing eating raw fish? Like, some of the shit that happened was just crazy. There's some stories I can't tell, but like, that was like, honestly what has been one of the crazier nights of my life. Simply because it was such a fucking ridiculous scenario. I mean, being on a $2 million yacht, not remembering 8 hours of the night, and just everything that happened in this story. I don't know why. To me, it just seems so ridiculous. It's so like crazy. But yeah, pretty much to sum this story up, we went on a $2 million. We managed to get a $2 million yacht for cheap. We decided to get super drunk on it. I got way too drunk. Yeah, then I don't remember much of the night, but a lot of really dumb shit happened that I wish I had photos and videos of, but I guess everyone was just too in the moment, I guess. Sorry, I've just realized that my Trackmania has been terrible today. I've not been setting any good scores for you guys, which is kind of embarrassing because I need to be doing better than I am. I need to be getting top 10 at least in every map. So, but please don't judge me because this was more about the story than the game, I guess. And but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. If you want to hear more, please let me know. If you want to hear more about the boat, please let me know. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you later.